So, hey everybody, hope y'all doing great on this lovely night. So, I'm coming to you from my hotel room because I am currently relocating at this moment. So, it has been a little hard trying to post content on YouTube. Most of my content I have been posted lately has just been artwork, and I just do like a voiceover because I feel like it's much easier to just get in front of the camera and trying to just talk and everything like that, make sure everything's good. But I may do a little bit more of it because I do want this channel to be more realistic, meaning that, in my moment, wherever I'm doing, I'll, let y'all come into my world and what I'm doing and the conversations we'll have. So hopefully I can do more of that when I get fully settled in, when I start my new job in about a week. So I want to do this video because I know everybody has different feelings when it comes to relocating. Not everybody is a fan of that because they have family friends they don't want to leave behind, which I can understand. And I can understand that we have a certain community and certain tribe. Me, me being a single mom, I think my situation is a little different because each city that I moved to, I moved quite a bit because of my career. Each city that I moved to, I always end up having at least one person, one contact there that was support for me. So if I needed to say a simple thing, maybe I just need advice about something, where is something in the city I need to find, or where I need to go somewhere or do something, that there's always that person there. So for me, relocating, these I think it's gonna be like my fourth, third or fourth time relocating. But I think this time it's gonna be more like a growth period for me because I do want to kind of just stabilize and settle down in a certain area. And it always has been my dream just to be in bigger cities, a different state. I didn't want to just continue to live in the state that I grew up in. Yes, I am from Mississippi, and it's nothing wrong with Mississippi. It's just that I want a different outlook on life. So for me, one of my prayers is that I wanted to find my tribe, find my community, and I want to be surrounded by the right people while I'm here in the state of Missouri. And I didn't want to just come with this idea or this mindset that I'm just going to forever be lonely. I'm not going to have nobody here. You see, when I started this process, until the time, when I got my job offer and then actually booking my hotel to come up here and look for housing, is that it was sort of like a piece. And I didn't really understand at first because the job that I took, of course, is a different pay rate for what I've been paid for previously, but I had to understand I was a contract worker. So contract people, if you don't know, they do get paid more because they don't really have all the benefits that a full-time employee does. So of course the pay rate's gonna be different since I'm becoming a permanent employee for this company. But it just seems like that, for me, take that initiative to accept their offer, get my hotel, come up here, look around. It's like it's just that peace in that. Like, this is okay. Like, hey, this is something that, that this is what I'm supposed to be doing. Like, it's nothing foreign to me. It doesn't shake me. It doesn't scare me. And I think it's because it goes back to just having that trust in God. You see, our paths, our journeys in life, it's not always, well, I want to say it's not always, it's not the same as somebody else's. What is good for somebody, it may not be good for you. And what's good for me may not be good for you. And I'm not talking about, there's all of us just doing crazy things, doing wrong things, and it's okay. No, I'm not talking about that. But if, certain things that need to take place in my life as far as my growth, as far as my calling, that there's a certain direction I'm going to go in, and when you start to walk in that direction, it gives you that peace. You just have that peace around it. And of course, I always, pray that God give me peace over this because if I don't have peace about it, then there's no point in move forward in this decision. And I think I started to question that peace because when I came here, um, the housing was just a little bit difficult to find because I didn't realize, well, I didn't know that during the summer months here, the housing is filled up. So it's very hard for me to find a house that I need. And I think the one I did want, it won't be available till August. So I am going to be doing temporary house, find Airbnb, staying there for a while until the house that I do want becomes available and I can move on in. And just to see that situation work out, getting my temporary house and it then also, looks to be approved for that house and that I do want in August, is that there is a piece with that. It works out. And I think because when we think things don't fall into place so easily, we think, oh, well, you know what? This is not God's will for me. I don't need to go in that direction. And that's not really true. Some things just come with the process. Relocate is not always a simple thing. There's steps that go into that. Like you do have to find a housing, and sometimes it is hard. Sometimes you do may have to find something temporary. Um, it may just be in when trying to find schools and stuff. Cause my son, he'll be coming back from his dad's in August. So I do have to make sure he has the right school in place. Make sure he's getting ready to transition to this new area, which it may not be no problem for him because my son is really is a social butterfly. He loves to be around people. And I'm glad that it did happen around this time in my life where he's gone with his dad, so I won't have no any, distraction, which that is a result of good and peaceful co-parenting. Now, I may do a video about that later on in the year. I say later on in the year, probably not right now, because I know with single moms and you do have single dads too that do struggle with co-parenting. But I have worked, in a way and improve myself in a way that make the co-parenting peaceful, so my son can have both parents. And even when and I started to date again, which is something I still do have a desire for marriage. When I start to enter that season of my life, that I'm already set up in a place where whoever comes into my life already comes in a peaceful situation. I think that what makes co-parenting easier, and I think that makes it easier for the step parent to step in because it's already as a peaceful situation. All they're doing is just adding, being that they're like that. I guess that piece of the puzzle. I say that the piece of that puzzle, and make sure my son has, you know, the things that he needs in his life. So when it comes to just finding that tribe community, because I don't want to stray away from the title, title too far. When it comes to finding that tribe community, always pray, to have the right people around you. Because I do believe in seasons, and I do believe certain people are for certain seasons. And sometimes we tend to take people in certain seasons that don't belong, and that does refer to family as well. For me, out of all my siblings, I always been at a distance. I never been really close to home or anything like that. And that's because of the positions that I've taken. So just over those years, just moving around to different cities, it came like a very easy thing to me. Like it wasn't something that I was afraid to do anymore. Like I had peace about it. And I know some people now understand that, like, why you move back home? You're a single mom and all that. But if I can just really just map out my whole journey, God has always been there. He always placed somebody in that city, in that community to help me. And sometimes it may not be to base in my son like that because I'm very cautious about who he's around, and that just the that parent in me. You have to be cautious of that, especially if you're playing today. You do need to be cautious of that. But he always plays somebody there, and it also helps me just to see that, hey, Shakur, you can step out. You don't have to be afraid. You don't have to feel like you have to have these big enormous group of support. Now, nothing wrong if you have a lot of people in your life that is generally supporting you, caring for you, but I am really a big believer in having the right people, and whether that be one person, three people, or 20 people, that if they are the right people that needs to be in my life, those people that I welcome, that I want them to come help in this journey. So don't be afraid to step out. Don't be afraid to go beyond your norm because I do believe sometimes we get so stuck in just being familiar places and being around this group of people. I don't want no change. I don't want things changed. But if you're looking to elevate your life, you're looking to try new things, go after certain things, you do need to just get out of your comfort zone. And I feel like this move for me is going to really be out of my comfort zone because I'm truly am going to be many miles away from my family. So I'm not going up the road like that. I'm not. Even though I feel like the trip, the hours are not that bad, but I'm just not finna get on the road like that. Now, maybe on holidays, I may come and visit maybe once a year, something like that. But I do want to, just really get a feel of the city, really get a feel of town, get to know some people. That's really what I want to do in this new season of my life, that I do want to get to know some people. I want to get out in town, get feel in town, trying to work on my business as a writer, as a content creator, and just, flourish. Just flourish. So me having this peace is just knowing that, hey, it is time for me to follow God's direction for my life. Not just follow what everybody else want me to do, but follow his direction because his direction is, is solid. There's no tricks to it. It's not a lie that goes with it. It's, of course, this even find our rich. Of course, it's going to come with some things that it's going to test us. It's going to just stretch us some, but those are good things. It's good to be stretched. It's good to be challenged, and I thank God that I'm finally coming to that point that I really am going to be challenged. Being in this new area, being in this new place, and working this new position, and being around different people, and learning how to just truly just be, who God created me to be, learning how to come into that. So I hope this video help y'all in some way. I may have strayed a little bit from the title. Once I upload, I may change it. But when it comes to just having that peace, you had to just continue to go in that direction. Don't just come up with the excuse because sometimes we do that. That I can't make it in this area. It's not gonna happen for me. What if I fail? What if it works? What if it don't work? And either way it go, there's gonna be a lesson from it. There's a reason from it, and God's direction. I can't dictate the way God moves. I can't tell him how he needs to order my steps. I can't do that. All I have to do is just trust and walk. And yes, I know that's easier said than done, and it's a day by day thing, especially for me, day by day trusting that God's leading you right path, right direction, and trusting Him that everything is gonna work out for your good. So y'all have a great night.